Hello everyone and welcome to a kind of a special NIKKE video, and specifically this is going to be a news video. So as of the time of this recording, a couple of days ago, we actually got more or less announcements on Twitter as to the next banner, and also we are finally getting the free skin for Rapi Red Hood. And so we're gonna hop over to Twitter and I will show you all what details await. So as we can see here, the first news that dropped is the pickup recruit notice for an SSR version of Delta Ninja Thief. The righteous phantom ninja who works from the shadows, Delta Ninja Thief, is coming soon. Delta Ninja Thief pickup recruitment begins simultaneously. Stay tuned. So yeah, we are surprisingly getting a SSR version of Delta, and not gonna lie, this is definitely a glow up when it comes to Delta, how she normally looks. And we could definitely see she was hiding something special under that combat vest all this time. And as you can also notice here in the little titling here, there's a mask. So coincidentally, this is also tying into the fact that she's now a member of the Phantom Thieves. So that's one of the updates that dropped, and the other is that we finally are getting the free skin that was more or less announced as the winner for the voting event that happened after Rapi Red Hood won in the popularity poll. So, rewards distribution notice Rapi Red Hood special. During the Doki Doki NIKKE Global Popularity Poll 3, Rapi Red Hood, Cinderella Crown, Dorothy, and Scarlet ranked as the top 5 based on total votes. Plan A also received the most votes in the Rapi Red Hood costume voting poll. Which, if we go to this tab here, once the image loads, it was we had these options when it came to the poll that happened back in August. We had the skin that's shown in as the winner. This version that's essentially is akin to the special skin for Modernia, where instead of wearing Commander's undershirt, she's wearing the Commander's uniform shirt. And then this one is also more or less a version of Rapi, but with Red Hood's outfit. And not gonna lie, when the voting was going on with these three skins, the Red Hood skin in particular was getting the most hate, like legit the most hate amongst all three. More or less like saying it was kind of a lazy pick and things like that, which kind of makes sense because given the context of Rapi as a character, she more or less wanted to move on from trying to be like, or more or less wanting to beat Red Hood, and more or less wanted to become someone who is like her, essentially. Which makes sense, especially given Footstep Walk Run. And when it came to the voting, it ended up being a very close race between these two, and ultimately, this was our winner. Where this skin, not gonna lie, it looks fantastic for Rapi. Like, honestly, it's gonna be a very tough pick between this skin and her gacha skin. Like, either, I know there's like supposedly some people who are regretting getting the gacha skin and such, and when it comes to the community banter between one another, but not gonna lie, with this skin and the gacha skin for, say, me and others who have actually gotten the gacha skin and are getting this skin as well, it's like, this just more or less is a bonus, because we're gonna eventually have two great looking skins for Rapi. So yeah, I say it's pretty much a win to have both skins, and this skin by itself is also great. So honestly, probably the harder choice is going to be choosing if I want to switch between the two skins, but also seeing where I can fit in the special lobby animation, which I believe this image is relating to the burst image / lobby screen. And then aside from that, we're also getting a special theme song and I believe an event tied into the skin as well. Kind of akin to what was going on with Red Hood's nonsense red dress. And then aside from that, we're also getting 5 special avatar frames. One for Rapi Red Hood, one for Crown, one for Dorothy, one for Scarlet, and I believe this one here is supposed to be one for Rapunzel, I want to say. And another thing I want to note is that it does look like she has more or less like a nighttime shirt to go along with the outfit, but as long as the devs don't do kind of a rouge scenario, then we should actually be able to get a decent view, like a really nice view with this outfit. And the nice thing is, another detail is the fact that this outfit is kind of akin to the gacha skin that Helm got a ways back during the second Ava collab. So that's definitely a nice little detail as well. So yeah. And this skin is actually going to be dropping the same time as the upcoming update with SSR Delta on the 16th. And also, we have a little preview here with some more details as to Delta Ninja Thief. So she's Elysian, and she is with the Scouting Squad, and her weapon is a machine gun, also entitled Ninja Force. And then of course her quote is to embody the stealthy and she has a quote with this: to embody the stealthy and silent nature of a phantom thief, she decides to become a ninja thief.
The path of a phantom thief and the path of a ninja. Only those who can walk both can truly be called a ninja thief.
Yeah, and when it comes to the animations of this particular tap animation, like, not gonna lie, definite improvement versus her original. So, and this is just more or less like the base animation, so they're definitely cooking when it comes to this. But one thing I'm definitely going to say ahead of time is that this is more or less a bait prior to the anniversary. And also there's this post, which also has this initial quote. And this is more or less her default shooting pose. And then as of a little while ago, if I scroll up to the top of my notifications here, here we go. And we will commence maintenance and version update at the time below. And we got a little more or less image preview of the event. Go Ninja Thief. So, a couple things that actually more or less caught my eye is, aside from the fact that it looks like Quincy's in tears for some reason, like that can kind of be a little concerning. But another thing is this mysterious figure here in the back with the white suit, which kind of makes me think is the commander just wearing a special outfit for the event, but hard to say for sure. Yeah, that's pretty much all the details as of currently when it comes to this event. Oh, and one neat little thing I want to point out when it comes to the comments. Someone actually made the comparison that essentially Miranda's kind of making a similar post to Ultraman, I believe, from I want to say that's a character from the Godzilla franchise. Not sure. But yeah, when it comes to this upcoming event, one thing I will definitely say when it comes to pulling for SSR Delta, not gonna lie, this banner is pretty much a bait. It's a bait to effectively drain you of your resources provided before you actually potentially pull for any of the characters during the 3rd anniversary. So a good word of advice to go off of would be to more or less, a few tips I would say is, if you want to pull for the SSR version of Delta, I'd say go ahead and pull for Delta. But you could also do kind of the smart thing, and essentially you could also do the smart thing and effectively more or less wait it out in terms of her banner, because after time, her banner will effectively, or her as a character will pretty much end up in Ordinary Recruit anyway, because she's not a limited character. And if you want to pull for her, you can pull for her as long as you got the resources to do so. And as an upside, you could also be building up some mileage to then use towards the 3rd anniversary banners, especially if there's happens to be a banner or two that will be at the 1% drop rate, which there most likely will be if it's involving pilgrims of any kind. And this, of course, before I'm pulling for Jill and Ada from the Resident Evil collab, so I should be able to do enough pulls to either build up mileage to use towards the 3rd anniversary, or if I get Jill and Ada early, then I can simply hold on to whatever resources I have left and then use those towards the 3rd anniversary. So ideally you do want to kind of be kind of smart when it comes to using your resources. If anything, you can at least try to pull for a copy of Delta, and then pretty much hold off there, and then wait on your and then hold on to your remaining resources when the 3rd anniversary drops, because aside from whatever resources you'll have at that point, then we'll potentially be getting some more free resources from Shift Up and whatnot as preparation for the 3rd anniversary, because during an event as big as the 3rd anniversary, there's going to be a lot of pulls that are going to be happening during the event for sure. So yeah, if anything, I would say it'd be wise to potentially skip Delta's banner and pretty much hold off and hold on to your resources for the 3rd anniversary. Or if anything, if there's still time and if you haven't pulled for them yet, pull for Jill and Ada potentially, so that way you can get them in your roster, and then also build up mileage towards the 3rd anniversary, or you can build up mileage for the 3rd anniversary on Delta's banner as well. But more or less kind of pick and choose your battles when it comes to using your resources for pulling for either Delta or even the 3rd anniversary units. So I think that pretty much covers it, and I will see you all in the next video, where we're going to see about trying our luck in getting Jill and Ada prior to the 3rd anniversary, and maybe we'll have luck on our side. So with that, I hope you all have a fantastic day, take care, and I'll see you in the next video when we pull for Jill and Ada.